How's it going? Looking kind of scruffy here, I see. I just wanted to do a quick little video while I had the chance, though. I keep thinking about doing it, and then I just get busy with other things and forgetting about it. But what got me thinking about this subject, about life insurance, is one of my cousins up in South Carolina just died last Sunday. My wife and I were out at Animal Kingdom at Disney and waiting forever in the line to ride the Pandora, the thing where you do like the, ride the Ecron, and the ride, I guess some of the rides were, shut down and they weren't running at full capacity. So we were stuck in there in line for a good 2 hours. But I was looking at Facebook and saw from one of my cousins that her brother had died, and he was only 50 years old, 10 years younger than me. And one of my other cousins told me that I guess he'd started throwing up or something that morning and just couldn't stop throwing up, and his wife called 911, and they tried to save him, but they couldn't. I'm not sure exactly what the issue was, what the problem was, but just totally out of the blue, unexpected, 50 years old. But it made me think about the situation that I'm in, with my wife, and if what happens when you leave your family behind. I'm fortunate in my situation right now. My wife, she became a citizen last year. We went maybe a month or so ago and to the one courthouse here in Orange County in Florida, and she applied for her passport, and it took her not even 3 weeks until it got here in the mail. So she's got her U.S. passport, and we actually last night we're looking at some flights and stuff. She's thinking about going back to the Philippines this year for the first time in almost 7 years. So she's pretty well set as far as being able to take care of things. She's got citizenship, got a credit rating, got a passport, and as far as life insurance, if I die, I work at the Postal Service, and I've got that FEGLI, I guess the Federal Employee Group Life Insurance. And the way that works, you can sign up for multiples. They automatically give you insurance that is equal to, one time your annual salary. And for me, from the time I started, I signed up for the extra. You can go up to 5 multiples of that. So if I were to die, the life insurance she would get would be like equal to 5 times my annual salary. And I've been with the Postal Service almost 26 years, so I'm not giving anything away. I think if I tell about what the amount would be, what we make, what we make as far as like the top level as a letter carrier is out there for everyone to see. But it's up. The base salary right now I think is right around like 75,000. Once you reach the top level, they're in contract negotiations right now to work things out and actually try to make it so the newer employees, like back when I started, it took like 12.4 years or something like that to reach top level. And they're trying to reduce that to like 8 years, so people don't have to wait as long to reach the top level and things like that in our new contract that they're negotiating. But let's just say as a rough estimate, 5 times that, you're looking at about what, $375,000. And plus we just built a house over in the Philippines last year. So it I realized though what peace of mind that brings, that when I think about the fact that if something were to happen to me, I'm hoping and planning to be around for a long, long time, but God willing. But that's not something that's guaranteed. It's like my cousin, 50 years old, and he never dreamed, 1 week ago today, he never imagined, I'm sure, that the following day he was not going to be here anymore. And man, that just really hit me thinking about that. And how we need to pay attention to stuff and make sure that we're ready. Actually, I had another life insurance policy I signed up for a long time ago. Bank of America sent me a thing, and I got hooked up on it, paying like $31 a month for that. And I need to actually get into the details of it. I looked it all up, the policy number and all that, and put my wife on as the beneficiary after we got married. But it's like a $250,000 policy, but it's some kind of like accidental death and dismemberment thing, you know. So if I were to die in an accident, I guess. I can't remember what all the other benefits are. But, you know, if she could actually get both of those, if something were to happen to me, you know, she could be pretty well set. Because that's one thing I think about too. You know, I was wanting to get into some of this stuff with like the postal retirement and keeping your benefits going. It's like having a house over in the Philippines. It's nice to have a house, but I also need to make sure that she's never going to lose that house, because there's still going to be taxes and stuff on it. Right now, I guess we're not really paying any taxes on it because it's still kind of in progress. And as long as it's not actually finished yet, I guess they don't actually, where she is, you know, where her mom is, where they have to even pay the taxes on it. But the taxes compared to, you know, it's not like living in Florida, you know, so the taxes are not that much. But, you know, if you leave a house to your wife, your family, you need to make sure that they're going to be able to maintain it. Over here in America, you know, you have instances all the time, people inheriting houses and they can't keep them because, yeah, they got the house for free, let's say, but then they got to pay insurance and the property taxes and stuff like that, and they end up having to sell it just because they can't afford to make all those payments. It's not like you got a free house, because it's not really free. Owning a house, no matter what the mortgage situation is not free ever. Let me roll up my windows here, sitting here waiting to start work. People backing in here. This is the best time of day in Florida, by the way. When the sun is just coming out and it's still kind of cool, that's the one time you want to be up around here. But with like postal retirement, whenever I retire, as long as you're 62 years old, you get, instead of 1% per year based on your high 3 salary, you get like 1.1%. So, and I plan on working at least until I'm 62, maybe another year or two after that. But also, though, you have an option whenever you retire. You can take like that full annuity, whatever it might be, or you can take a 10% penalty on it, and then your wife would get like half of what you would have gotten. So say if you would have gotten, just as a, you know, basically kind of a round number, like $2,500 a month, you can opt for a 10% thing reduction, you know, or penalty. So you're only getting $2,250 a month. But then when you die, your wife will be getting like $1,250 a month, you know, still getting like half of what the original amount would have been of the $2,500. And someone I work with also told me that you can also continue like your health insurance and things like that too. So I don't know how that's going to work, because, you know, by then we're planning to be in the Philippines, and I'm not sure exactly what my, you know, health insurance situation will be. But as far as life insurance, you can continue your FEGLI life insurance into retirement as well. You know, obviously the premiums are, you know, a lot crazier as you get older. I think I already, since I turned 60, you know, the stuff has gone up. I honestly, it's one of those deductions from my paycheck that I never even really, you know, look at like some people do every single, you know, week, looking at all their deductions. But I think I was looking at some figures, you know, a while back. I think I could continue like that 5 times benefit, you know, like five, you know, installments or increments, or whatever, of my salary. It's like $300 a month, maybe. I think going up to like age of 70, from like, I think from 65 to 70, the figures I was looking at, it was somewhere in that neighborhood, 300 and something a month. But once you get to 70, from 70 to 75, then it jumps up a good bit. Which basically, the last time I was looking at it, I thought well, I'd go ahead and do that maybe from 70 to 75. It might be worth it because, no, I mean, I hope to live longer than that too, but still, if we were living in the Philippines and retired and somewhere between the age of 70 and 75, I were to die, that would be nice, for her to have that kind of money come in and be set basically for life in a lot of ways. But after 75, I don't think it would be worth it for me to continue paying, because I think after that it goes up even more. I can't remember the exact figures now, what I was looking at. It might have been $1,000 a month after 75. But definitely each 5 years, there's a big jump. And I remember looking at it and thinking, well, it'd probably be worth it from 70 to 75 to go ahead and keep it. But after that, hopefully by then, we'll have been able to save up some money anyways. If I've been retired for like 10, 12 years, whatever, at that point, I'm hoping after I retire, and if we're living in the Philippines, that we should still be able every month to put aside a good bit. I'm not planning to move over there and live an extremely extravagant lifestyle, Gonna, kind of chill out. You want to do things and enjoy stuff, but the main enjoyment will be just being there with our family and doing things. But I probably should have looked up those exact figures. I kind of thought, man, I've got time to do this video, that I'll take the time to do it. But the basic thing though is, just the looking after your family. You gotta find a way to do it. That the peace of mind that I have right now from just knowing, I mean, I don't have a death wish. I'm hoping to stick around for a long, long time. Man, I hope I'm here when I'm 90, But I know that right now I've kind of feel like I've fulfilled my duty, with my wife, and bringing her over here and making sure that she's okay. She's got her citizenship. Actually, we're talking about maybe adopting a couple of our nieces. I don't know, maybe they could have U.S. citizenship too eventually. But I want to be able to take care of my family, and with the situation we're in right now, even if something were to happen to me, if tomorrow something unexpected happened to me, at least I know that my wife is going to be okay, and that she'll have the money to pay any little bills that we still owe. She wants to travel, go back to the Philippines or whatever, or stay here. She's got those options, which if we did not have life insurance, it's like those commercials you see on TV, where they say, hey, did you hear about Bob? He had a heart attack. And the woman's like, well, did they have life insurance? And she's like, but we have life insurance, right? And, it's something you really need to think about. I'm in a situation, of course, through my work, where we get a decent life insurance policy, which maybe not everybody has. I know my brother was out looking for some different life insurance policies too, that he's thinking about, to try and get, as he gets to the age of 60, he wants to get something locked in for 15, 20 years, whatever. But, it's definitely worth it for the peace of mind you get. I have a lot of peace of mind right now that I would not have otherwise, because I have that life insurance and all the different things that I've done to this point to make sure that my wife's going to be okay, So if you don't have it and you keep thinking about it but putting it off, you definitely need to get some good life insurance. The peace of mind will be worth it.